I'm meteorologist Carley with your extended forecast on this Veterans Day storm. We are tracking through the weekend and into Monday. We do have weather impact alert day for you on Veterans Day for this storm system. Now, you're going to want to prepare really for wet weather throughout the afternoon and evening hours, but also some cold temperatures, especially in these overnight hours. And as that sun sets, we're continuing to get that cold happening much faster as we see temperatures drop from mid 60s into the mid 50s and then even upper 40s by even 11 p.m. Now, we will be seeing some Sierra chain controls as we'll be looking at more of that dusting of snow and then becoming more of inches to maybe even a foot of snow at some of the peaks, depending on how quickly the storm rolls on through. We are also looking at potential for blowing debris and objects on the roadway, so please take it nice and slow, especially if there's ponding on those roadways with all that rain coming in at once. Now, this is on Monday. The when for you is really right between the mid-morning lunchtime hour, depending on where you are. If you are north of I-80, you could see some of the rain as early as around 8 a.m. If you are south of I-80, closer toward 50 and maybe toward Elk Grove, you will be looking at that closer to the lunchtime hour, maybe even early afternoon, 1 p.m. or so. Now, of course, the impact for you is heavy showers, potentially with the line of showers coming through very quickly. So all at once, we'll be looking at those heavy showers coming down for a period of about maybe even as much as an hour. As that continues to shift on through, it'll become a little lighter, and then the Sierra snow will begin piling up into the afternoon, evening hours. Now, your need is to monitor the events. A lot of people celebrating Veterans Day with parades, memorials, things like that sort as well. And we will be looking here at those events impacted, especially in the afternoon hours. Looking at our satellite radar, you can see the jet stream really dipping down here. That is going to start heading our way. Into our weekend, do expect to see a mix of sun and clouds, so we'll get partly cloudy as we start moving on throughout our Saturday. Things clear up briefly as you see a little pocket here of clear air. That'll be into most of Sunday afternoon, and right behind it is that low pressure system moving in for us on Veterans Day, that Monday. That'll impact you. Hopefully a lot of people have the day off, can enjoy being inside. Otherwise, if you have to head to work, you have things to do, you will start seeing impacts. And I'll break it all down for you when you can expect it and how much rain will be in your area. As we take a look into our evening hours of Friday into Saturday, we'll see partly cloudy skies, start increasing cloud coverage Saturday. But the winds will begin to pick up for us as we move into Monday, especially into the mid-afternoon hours. As we look at around 12 to 3 p.m., strong gusts push through. About 15 to 20 miles per hour, but even stronger gusts over the Sierra Crest, 30 to even almost 45 miles per hour as we'll start seeing it coming in from the south. Be ready for that if you have plans to drive, and if you're looking to get home on a Monday because you spent all your weekend in the Sierra, you will be battling winds headed your way as you're starting to head down that hill or down those slopes. Now, taking a look here at our future cast, and we'll break down exactly when we could see that rain. Saturday, increasing cloud coverage, kind of off and on clouds in and out throughout the day. It's actually going to be a pretty nice day, very fall-like, upper 60s. You'll get nice, beautiful sunset. But then as we move into those evening hours and into Sunday, some of the clouds begin to shift out. We actually get more clearing, more sunshine at 11 a.m. But right up to the northwest there, we're going to see that next storm system beginning to arrive. It's going to take a little bit as it starts coming into your Monday morning. By 6:30 a.m. is our first glimpse at a few small spotty showers, as you can see near Grass Valley, Yuba City, just north there of Auburn, and some spotty areas near Sacramento, Elk Grove, all the way down to Fairfield and San Francisco. Now, these are very light. It's just going to be a very small amount, and you're going to say, well, was that it? No, you just got to wait a couple more hours because right behind it is that massive line of showers. We're looking around noon to 1:30 that you'll start seeing it from Chico to Yuba City, Woodland, Vacaville, and areas of San Rafael into San Francisco. That line of showers will continue to the southeast, bringing heavier rain for us as we move into about 4 p.m. By 9 p.m., we're still looking at some of the heavy rain for areas around Elk Grove and Stockton as it continues its path to the southeast. More of the snow will accumulate in the Sierra, and that could bring us even inches to as much as a foot of snow at the peaks. We'll have to wait and see exactly how much we get. At this point in time, it's still kind of debating between two different computer models. We have the GFS and the European model. Both kind of differ a bit. The European model likes to go a little above what we're used to seeing. Meanwhile, our GFS kind of is a little more conservative. As we look here at our futurecast rain totals, we're looking at anywhere from a 10 to a quarter inch of rain potentially, but these numbers are expected to be a little higher I would think areas of Sacramento North are going to be closer to that 1/4 inch mark to maybe 1/3 of an inch, where areas of the Stockton, San Joaquin Valley area in Modesto are looking closer to about 1/10 of an inch of rain to maybe 1/4 of an inch. Again, depending really on how much rain is left over from that line of showers that continues to shift through. Now, of course, this is pausing it as it's going just past that 72-hour mark. So it's still trying to adjust exactly and see how much rain and how much moisture is in that cold front that's set to arrive. So we'll see some changes and some shifts in those numbers in the coming days. Let's look at what we can see so far with our model snowfall totals. Now, this is preliminary. We're still 3 days out, so this could definitely change. And looking at the models, I'm thinking we're going to get closer to maybe 4 to 6 inches of snowfall potentially. And that's actually what it's showing here for Donner, 4 inches as we get through Monday. But areas that see those peaks and those ridges and the ski resorts could see as much as 6 inches to 8 inches. Now, this is just the GFS model. This doesn't even finish the day out into Tuesday morning because we do expect to see leftover moisture overnight Monday to Tuesday morning. That should bring us an additional couple inches. So again, that 4 inches at Donner could be as much as 6 to 8 inches as that whole storm system is said and done and it is out of here. Now, the GFS model showed that. The European model is agreeing with Donner here. As you can see, not so much with Kirkwood, Bear Valley. It's showing 5 to 6 inches. So we'll wait and see exactly what happens. And again, this isn't done. This was just for Monday night. It does continue into the overnight early morning hours of Tuesday, probably adding an additional 2 to 3 inches potentially for some of these spots. So we'll wait and see exactly what happens and how that all plays out. Our potential atmospheric rivers. Yeah, we haven't heard that in a while. This is all that plume of moisture that comes in off the Pacific here, usually coming in off areas of Japan and kind of rolls in with the jet stream. Now we are seeing it targeted toward our area here. It's a little faint light blue, but when we start seeing solid colors like this come our way in the middle of winter, as we start getting into December and January, we've been seeing those January 1st storms bringing colors like that toward us, straight shot. As we start moving toward the first of the year, that hasn't happened just yet. We're getting some of the more faint lines here of atmospheric rivers, but that's just a little less moisture. When you get those, you're getting a lot of moisture at once. That's expected from Monday to Tuesday. Now, notice how that line came right on through and it looked nice and juicy. Well, it kind of eased up. A lot of that left, a lot of the atmospheric river into the ocean. Kind of see it spawning out. And then as it gets closer to us, you start looking at Thursday night into Friday morning, another chance, maybe potentially to see some heavier rain. Now let's look into our 8 to 14 day climate outlook. This pretty much just shows us how much cooler are we going to get. Are we going to be hotter, colder? Are we going to be wetter, drier? At this point, it's saying the Climate Prediction Center is looking at much colder temperatures in the next 2 weeks out. So then the average, I should say, this time of year. So bundle up. It looks as though we are starting to see some colder air. That means we're getting a lot of that cooler air in the jet stream targeting us from areas of the north. So the Gulf of Alaska air is starting to come down through the jet stream, targeting our area and bringing us those colder temperatures. Now, it's also starting to steer the storms closer to us. That's leaning wetter, dropping in some of that wet weather to our area. Now, this isn't a ton of rain. This is just kind of that lighter green that we see here, but it's wetter than we're used to for at least this time of year. So it's kind of nice to see a little earlier on, getting that rain early in the season, hopefully building our snowpack for the water year. Otherwise, as we look at temperatures for your weekend, it's going to be nice, very fall-like temperatures in the mid to upper 60s and low 70s, but overnight lows definitely chilly up in the foothills, mid 30s to low 40s. Now we're looking at the Bay Area, mid to upper 60s, low 70s, and the similar temperatures for our valley spots, upper 60s to low 70s. But again, overnight lows are cold, 39 in Galt, 40 in Lodi, 40 in Elk Grove, 42 in Sacramento. 3 days over, we'll be seeing those upper 60s to low 60s Monday. So that's where you're going to feel that temperature drop on Monday. As we continue through the rest of the week, that temperature drop also continues. The following weekend, we could see upper 50s and overnight lows even near the mid 30s by Sunday.